Hi, I'm Imogen, owner of Shaw Nutrition and founder of the Digestive Doctor. The Digestive Doctor came about because of the work I was doing with one-to-one clients wanting help with IBS related symptoms and kind of other general just digestion related symptoms. Now what I've found working more and more with these clients on a one-to-one basis is, number one, there are so many people out there suffering with this. I think there's facts and statistics out there, but I personally believe that actually there's a lot more people out there than they perhaps state suffering with digestion and IBS related issues. And the other problem is that there is kind of, I suppose, a bit of stigma around IBS perhaps. We don't tend to kind of talk about our toilet habits too much with our friends, etc. So a lot of people kind of feel like they have to suffer in silence. They don't really know who to talk to about it, and they kind of just keep it to themselves, I suppose. It can be a bit of an embarrassing thing to talk about, so you perhaps don't want to talk to your kind of partner or friends, etc. about it. So you just kind of keep it all to yourself. The other thing is, there isn't actually that much help out there for people suffering with IBS and other digestion related symptoms. I suppose one of the first port of calls is that people go to their doctor, but doctors really don't seem to actually know that much about IBS. I suppose, not to put doctors down, I suppose their job really is to check that there's nothing more serious going on. And what tends to happen is that once they've done all the other tests and they found that there is nothing else really going on, they tend to kind of label you with having IBS and just kind of leave you to it. And a lot of clients I see tell me that their doctors have actually said there's no cure for IBS, there's nothing we can do about it, you'll just have to live with it. Or they give them kind of different medications, remedies, etc. But actually none of them work at all. Sometimes they literally don't work at all. Other times they can seem to ease symptoms, but one of the main problems with a lot of the things out there available on the high street and through doctors is that we're not really treating the actual problems, the real root cause of the symptoms. We're just kind of treating the symptoms themselves. So it's a bit kind of like an iceberg where you're literally only really looking at the tip and you're not looking at all at what's going on under the water, and that's kind of the main problem really. So that's why there's kind of a need for looking a bit deeper into the IBS in order to get it sorted out. And I suppose one of the other problems really is that people don't know where to turn. There's so much conflicting information out there. So like I've already said, you go to your doctor and they kind of might say there's not much we can do for you, or try this, try that. You might then go and look on the web pages, etc., and read information about IBS, and you'll probably end up being extremely confused. Most web pages tell you different things to another one. So one thing might tell you that something's great for IBS, another one might tell you that that same thing is terrible for IBS, and you're just left really feeling you don't know what to do, where to turn to. And I suppose the most important thing to remember here is that IBS is by no means a kind of one-size-fits-all problem. That's kind of, I suppose, what makes it so hard to treat, is that it's not like something like celiac disease, where if you cut out gluten and have a gluten-free diet, you're going to be completely rid of symptoms. IBS can completely vary from person to person, and that's why it's so important to work on an individual level to actually find out what is helpful for you personally, not what's helpful for someone else or for kind of the masses generally. So you need to kind of work on a very individual basis to get to the bottom of the problem. So really, there's lots of kind of problems, etc., surrounding IBS, and people are told that they just have to live with it. But actually, what I've seen with my work is that you definitely don't just have to live with it. I've been working with so many people, and really just making some very small diet and lifestyle changes can have a huge impact. Genuinely life-changing results we're getting. And I suppose the more I've worked with these people, the more this kind of passion in me has built up. And now I don't want to just be restricted to kind of seeing people on a one-to-one basis in my local area. I want to be able to help people nationwide, even worldwide, to sort out their IBS symptoms. I know that I can help you. I've helped so many people so far that have already been told by many other people that there's nothing they can do about it, and they think they've tried absolutely everything before. But the one thing I'd say to you is you haven't tried this. So you have to just trust me on this one. And if you're interested in sorting out your IBS related symptoms and you'd like help from me, the Digestive Doctor, then stay watching and I'll show you how. So hopefully by this point you're getting quite excited about the Digestive Doctor and the fact that I may well be able to help you, but you might also be slightly confused, or you might be wondering if I can definitely help you and what symptoms I can help. And really it's anything that's kind of IBS or digestion related, but if I run through kind of probably the most common ones, and you can see whether you might just have one of them or you potentially could have all of them. But anything like this is the kind of things that I can help with. So we're talking about bloating, especially bloating kind of after eating. So it can be straight after eating, or it can be kind of an hour or two after eating, but bloating sometime after eating is the biggie. We've also got kind of excessive wind or gas. So if you're quite kind of a windy, gassy person, again, especially after you've eaten or sometime after you've eaten, that can be a real sign of digestive problems. If you suffer from stomach cramping at all, so if you find that kind of, again, often after eating or even just randomly you get quite bad stomach cramping, that can also be a real sign of kind of digestive and also bowel kind of issues going on, so we need to obviously work on those. Another massive one, of course, is irregular or infrequent bowel activity. So we're really talking about kind of diarrhea, constipation, etc. here, whether that's on a daily basis or more of kind of a every few days, even weekly basis. But if it's fairly regular, then again, there's definitely a problem going on there. Also problems with kind of like heartburn, acid reflux, they're kind of, I suppose, more higher end. So kind of we're looking at bowels down here, but we're also looking at things up here. So kind of gas, acid reflux, heartburn, those types of things kind of up more this end. They can all be examples of digestive issues as well. Obviously you've got problems with specific foods, so especially if you've actually been tested for kind of allergies and intolerances and they've come back negative, there can really be a sign that actually you've just got problems digesting those foods. So you're not necessarily intolerant to them, you just need a bit of a helping hand digesting them, and that's something that I can definitely help with. Some people also explain that they actually just feel toxic, or also another statement I've had is feel like my food's not getting digested properly. So sometimes it can just be kind of a feeling that you're getting that things aren't quite right in the kind of whole digestive tract. And don't forget that from digestion, we're really talking about anything from the mouth when we start chewing food all the way down to kind of excretion, so kind of toilet habits. So if you've got any problems from all the way from the top right the way down to the bottom, then that is what the Digestive Doctor is here for, and I can definitely help you, so please do get in touch. Okay, so by this point I imagine that you've decided that the Digestive Doctor can definitely help you, that you've got some of the symptoms that I've been talking about and that you're interested in getting help from myself. So you're probably wondering now, how can I get that help? And what I've done with the Digestive Doctor is I've designed a package that is kind of for everyone but also extremely personalised. So the way that this package works is you get completely one-to-one personalised email support with myself. So what will happen is once you signed up for the package, I'll send over some kind of forms, some questions, etc. that I need from you to get a bit more background information about what's going on, what your symptoms are, when did they start, what might be triggering things off, etc. Which will really help me to kind of develop a plan that's specifically for you and for your IBS, because like I said earlier, everyone is different when it comes to IBS and you just can't treat everything in the same way, and that's why you need that individual support. But what's great is that actually that support can all be done via email, so that we can do it kind of anywhere, anytime, and you can contact me at all times and write down kind of exactly how you're feeling, and I can then get back to you as soon as I'm available to do so, and obviously between us we can come to some sort of a plan. So the main thing which you're getting in this package is the one-to-one support with myself to develop this personalised nutrition plan to sort out your symptoms. What you'll also get is access to a private Facebook group, which is essentially kind of like a support forum for all members of the Digestive Doctor. So anyone that's kind of been through the system, is currently in it, or has already gone through it and has had amazing results, etc. It's all for you to kind of share tips, share stories, motivate one another, and really just a nice kind of support community for you as you're going through your journey towards kind of a better you as such. So you also get that, and you also get kind of bespoke food and product recommendations, and also I kind of like to describe it as cutting through all the confusion. So with kind of the one-to-one support you get, and also the stuff I'll be putting up in the private Facebook group, etc., what you'll find is that I really just kind of cut through all the rubbish that's out there, all the kind of confusing information and the conflicting views and things, and just tell you what is going to really help you, what's going to kind of work with your lifestyle and really help you to get rid of your IBS symptoms and live kind of a life free of these horrible symptoms that you've probably been suffering with for a very long time. But you've either been perhaps too scared to talk about them, you haven't known who to go to, or you have tried to get help before, but you've either been kind of pushed away and just told you have to just live with it, or the things that you've tried haven't worked. But I can promise you that this package with the Digestive Doctor really will change your life, and that's an extremely powerful thing. And actually you can have all of this for just £59.95, which really, to change all of these symptoms, is completely priceless. So I personally think that £59.95 is a tiny investment in your health and your well-being, and your happiness, of course, to really finally get rid of these symptoms that you've probably been struggling with for a very long time. So please do get in touch if you're interested in the package. I can't stress enough how important it is for you to sort out these symptoms and not live with them anymore. And I also, you are just going to have to trust me on this one, because I know that you've probably tried so many things before that have all promised to work and they haven't worked. But honestly, you've just got to trust me on this one, and this will be the last thing you ever have to try, because I promise you it will work. We'll get you better, we'll get rid of your symptoms, and we'll get you towards a better you.